Hello everyone, today's video content is analysis of the real questions of the OGEA-103 exam and explanation of relevant knowledge points. The following test questions are all from our question bank and they were updated on December 16, 2024. Exam details. Question 1. Which of the following best describes the term stakeholder concerns within the context of enterprise architecture? The knowledge points of this question are stakeholder concerns in enterprise architecture. This refers to the various issues and requirements that can influence how an organization's architecture is shaped. This includes business goals, technology limitations, legal requirements, and budget constraints. It's important for architects to keep these in mind to ensure their plans fit the organization's needs. So, the correct answer is this is about all the different things that stakeholders care about, which can impact the decisions architects make. It includes business objectives, compliance requirements, and resource limitations. Essentially, what different people involved want and need from the architecture. Question 2. What is the primary goal of the governance phase in the ADM cycle? The knowledge points of this question are objective of the governance phase in the ADM cycle. The governance phase ensures that the actual architectural implementations align with the original plans. It's all about monitoring and adjusting the architecture to keep it consistent with business and architectural goals throughout its implementation. So the correct answer is the main goal here is to make sure that what's being built matches up with what was planned. This phase involves checking that the architecture, as implemented, sticks to the original vision and plan, making adjustments as necessary to keep everything on track. Question 3. Which element is crucial for providing context to the architecture framework within an enterprise? The knowledge points of this question are context to the architecture framework. This is about making sure the architecture aligns with the company's business objectives and cultural environment. It's crucial for making the architecture work effectively within the specific context of the organization. So the correct answer is the context for any architecture framework needs to align with what the business is trying to achieve and how it operates culturally. This ensures that the architecture supports the business effectively and fits well within the organizational environment. Question 4. What is the primary purpose of the requirements management phase in TOGAF? The knowledge points of this question are purpose of the requirements management phase in TOGAF. This phase keeps the architecture flexible and adaptable as the project evolves. It helps manage any changes in business needs or project details to ensure the architecture continues to meet its goals. So the correct answer is as projects move forward, their needs can change, and this phase is about making sure the architecture can adapt to those changes. It's about staying flexible and responsive, tweaking the architecture to remain aligned with project goals and business needs. Question 5. What justifies the need for governance in enterprise architecture? The knowledge points of this question are necessity of governance in enterprise architecture. Governance is essential because it ensures that every part of the architecture delivers real business value. It aligns projects with business strategies and ensures they meet their intended goals. So, the correct answer is governance in architecture is all about making sure that every piece of the architecture puzzle adds real value to the business. It focuses on aligning architectural efforts with business objectives and ensuring that these efforts deliver the intended benefits. Question 6. In the TOGAF Architecture Principles template, which section should explain how a principle interrelates with other principles? The knowledge points of this question are interrelation of architecture principles. This involves explaining how one architectural principle affects or relates to others. Understanding these relationships helps architects apply the principles consistently and effectively. So, the correct answer is this section of a principle explains how it interacts with other principles. It's about showing why a principle is important in the context of other principles and how they support or conflict with each other, helping to apply them more effectively. Question 7. How does iteration manifest within the ADM process according to TOGAF? The knowledge points of this question are iteration within the ADM process. TOGAF's ADM process is iterative, cycling through different phases to allow continuous refinement. This method enables ongoing improvements, making sure the architecture meets the business's evolving needs. So, the correct answer is the ADM process is not a one-and-done deal. It's a cycle that keeps revisiting different phases to refine and improve the architecture. This iterative approach allows for continuous improvement and adaptation to new information and changes. Question 8. What dimensions should be considered when scoping an architecture project in TOGAF? The knowledge points of this question are scoping an architecture project in TOGAF. Scoping involves defining the size, depth, and focus of the project. It's about making sure resources are targeted towards the most critical areas, aligning efforts with strategic business priorities. So, the correct answer is when scoping a project, it's important to define how deep and wide the architecture should go, over what time frame, and in which domains. This helps focus the project on the right areas and ensures that resources are used where they're most needed. Question 9. What does having an enterprise architecture capability enable an organization to do? The knowledge points of this question are enterprise architecture capability. This capability allows an organization to effectively manage IT investments and changes. It ensures that technology decisions support and enhance business strategies, improving efficiency and effectiveness. So, the correct answer is having a strong enterprise architecture capability allows an organization to manage its IT investments and changes more effectively. It helps ensure that IT decisions support the overall business strategy and contribute positively to the organizational goals. Question 10. In the architecture repository structure defined by TOGAF, what is the role of the reference library? The knowledge points of this question are role of the reference library in the architecture repository. The reference library holds all the standards and best practices needed for building architectures. It's a key resource for architects, providing essential guidelines to ensure effective and compliant architectural designs. So, the correct answer is the reference library is like a toolbox for architects, containing all the standards and best practices they need. It's essential for ensuring that architectures are designed and built according to the highest standards and in line with best practices. If you have any questions about the OGEA-103 exam, please leave a message in the comment area or contact us directly. Thank you everyone for watching. See you next time.